Check mic, check mic. Hello, everybody. This is Dalton DeBoard here with the Rock Sports Network, and I'm here with my good friend Logan Young from 12th Region Sports Network here. We got an exciting draw here today between these teams, West Jessamine, Wayne County, Southwestern Somerset, Danville, Mercer County, Rockcastle County, and Boyle County, and we're going to be live here at the draws here in just a second, and we're going to have a post-show interview here with Logan, and we're going to talk a little bit about the regions and some predictions.
Yeah, man, it's going to be exciting. This has been a great year. It's a well-balanced region. Looking forward to see who gets who and where we're going to do it at.
Alrighty. Well, folks, we'll be back, and stay tuned. This is Rock Sports Network with Dalton DeBoard.
You all to Rockcastle County High School. At this point in time, I probably should say I'm really happy to be able to host this with the weather forecast. I don't know if it's happiness, nervous, or whatever it is, but anyway, we'll get through it. I'm just going to tell you that. We could be like who was it, the 11th up there? They've not got their district games in just yet. So we're sitting prettier than some, maybe not better than others, so there you go. I'm Mike McNabb. I'm the athletic director here at Rockcastle County High School. I'll be the official game manager. I have Mr. Tom Greer over here. He'll be the guy kind of helping me out, and he probably knows a lot more about sports than I do. So anyway, I'll have you up. We'll be up there during the days of the tournament. So if you need anything, our cell phone numbers are on there, and just ask away. The tournament dates, I kind of have those down there, May 25th, 27th, 28th. Obviously, there comes the man. We could probably give him a round of applause. It's all right, good deal. Anyway, those are the dates that we're going to stick with, and you can see the times below, the times we want to start. Okay? Now, all games we played up here at Rockcastle County High School. All right? If I know I have hours set up there between that thing because that's kind of a buffer, but in my brain, some of you baseball guys say it may not take that long and we can do this. So I'm thinking that possibly by the end of one game to the start of the next game, I'm thinking, I've talked to my guy, I think 45 minutes probably can do that. So I know I have those times that are like that, but if it's a possibility to move the game forward, if there's a run rule game or something like that, we're going to try to move this thing forward, and we'll speed up the day. I'm not going to be in a super big hurry, but there's no sense in us sitting around for a long time if we don't have to. So that's kind of one of the things I want to talk about. If somebody's got a problem with that, we can kind of adjust some things in here. So if it's the game stops at 1:30, the game stops at 12 o'clock, we'll say, and everybody's ready to go, we can start that 45-minute clock, and we can start the next game at 45 minutes. I don't really know if we need the whole hour or not. I'll put it in there, but I think that's a fair way to go if we want to move forward with that. And if you got problems with it, we can leave it as is. We'll do an hour. If not, we'll do 45 minutes. So if nobody's got any problems with that, we'll kind of take that and we'll go with it. Good deal. Now, all games I said will be up here at Rockcastle County High School. I know everybody's talking about the weather. I've talked to EKU. They want to charge us a lot of money to play up there. I've not got a final answer yet back from Center College. He's supposed to be getting back with me here before too long. We looked at some fields in the region, and I've talked to Mercer County, right? So, and again, right now we're planning on playing here at Rockcastle County High School on Monday, and that's our schedule. If we get on Saturday and we go up there and look at that thing and there's no way to do it, we're going to move that first round of games to Mercer County High School. Okay? So it's kind of an essential part of the thing. I know it's on one end. It's either them or Casey County. I talked to their guy first. He said we could do it. So that's going to be a decision we're going to make. Now, again, if I don't need to, I'm not going to. And when it comes on that 27th day, if we can play up here, we're going to move it back over here. But I fear we had to have some type of plan in place before we left here today. So I'm going to tell you that if it's bad on Saturday and we know good and well we cannot play here on Monday, we're going to move those first round games to Mercer County. And that's kind of how we have to do some things. Questions about that? Good deal, because here's the thing, then, once you get past that out there, I think the rest of the stuff you guys have all heard before, right? Admission $10, 5 and under is going to be free. You should have got 10 coaching passes in your packet. Give those out however you guys want to. Here at Rockcastle, we are still cash only. That's for the concession stand and admission, okay? As long as you guys have your team updated, your roster, we'll let those guys in for free, all right? We will take the admin cards and the officials cards when we're letting people in. Umpires, we're going to use Daniel Grigsby. It's the same group we've used all year long. Baseballs, we got 6 dozen of them. I know I got the bill up here for $800 to prove it. Dugout assignments. If you are a home team in the top thing over there, you will occupy the home dugout down first baseline. If you're on the bottom of that thing, you'll be on the third baseline. Rockcastle County, will, if we're playing, will always have our home dugout. Okay? So the assignments are out there. That's pretty simple. Warm up and infield. Okay? Softball field will be made available to you guys. You can go over there and you can stretch your hips out. You can do all the things you guys want to do. I do think that it may be hard for some of you all to do your long throws and do some of that stuff on a softball field, some of the guys that you guys got playing for you. So that will put that into that 45 minutes of you coming onto the baseball field and you doing your long throws and doing any other type of stretches that you need to do and things like that. Okay? Once that 20 minutes is stopped, or whatever it is, 15 stop for him doing it, you'll have your 10 minutes to warm up. The other team will have their 10 minutes to warm up. We'll do a 5-minute introduction and we'll play baseball. Okay, and we'll try to keep, like I said, we'll try to stay on track and keep those things moving. Know this, when you're in dugout, you're only supposed to have 21 of those guys dressed out on the roster, so make sure you kind of keep it like that over there on your side. Radio people, I got 12th Region Sports here. Tell your radio people they can come, encourage to come. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have them set up some tables on the hill up there. They'll have a good spot on the top up there to the left of the press box. That's a great place for them to sit. You can see the whole field, and they can kind of do their things up there. Security, Mount Vernon PD, we'll take care of all that stuff. I'll have guys here all day long. Trainer, I don't have a trainer. Okay, sir. We'll have water in the dugout and stuff, yes, sir. But it goes back to the trainer. Like I said, I'll have AED in the concession stand. I'll have all that fun stuff like that. I'm gonna need people to bring their trainers. And if you're not playing that day, if somebody wants to ask their trainer, if you're not playing and I don't have a trainer, if they want to come, I'll compensate them for their travel and come over and working. I just don't have anybody put up there yet. Dean's working on that for me, but he's not got to the thing just yet, right? Good deal. The awards are as always as follows. You'll get the first place team trophy, the second place team trophy. First place you get, and second place you get the 25 medallions, okay? And your all tournament team. And you can see who gets that. The winner gets 4, next up gets 3, total of 15 people, okay? 15 awards given out. The parking, if you want to look on the back, on that next to the last page, there's where your parking's at. I was going to pull it up here, but we can't get it to work right. You guys can see where all the parking's at. You can see your ticket sales. If you'll kind of look over there in the bottom, below the softball field in the bottom left, I'm going to park your buses over there. I went to the district, the 47th district, and it was really tight in there with cars and stuff, and it just made it tight. So what I'm going to attempt to do is park all the buses over there by our second gate. I'm going to leave that thing closed up right during the game. But if your team plans on leaving, if they'll get up with me, I'm going to park them by the gate facing towards the gate. That way I open the gate up and they can just pull right out. They don't have to go back through a crowded parking lot. But you guys can see the parking we got there. I mean, Kevin Jones said it, the best place to park is on top of the hill up there. You can sit up there and look down and watch the ball game. That's good. You can sit on your tailgate. It's a nice place to watch baseball. So there's your parking. Make sure you tell your bus drivers they can pull right on through, come back around to the softball thing. We'll park over there. I guess one of the most important things I guess you guys can see is the order of the draw right down below you there. And as always, we will assume all the profits and losses. Now, things that I probably didn't put in this thing that I probably should talk about. Inclement weather. We got bad weather, it's lightning and things like that. We'll probably send people in the bleachers to their cars, maybe put the kids on the bus. Real bad weather, heavy wind, tornado, something like that, we'll come out here. I'll pop these doors open. We can come down here and we can go down to the weight room and things like that if there's something really, really bad. If it's dangerous type weather, we'll come in here in the school. I talked about the AED being in the concession stand, so if we need one of those anytime at all, there'll be one up there sitting. I think that's about it, guys. Have I left anything out? Did I miss anything important? All right, the most exciting part of the day, right? Come up here, Peel Man. 1, 3, 5, 7.
1, 3, 5, 7. Bull County.
Bull County. Corey, Mr. Coach Craig, you want to come put stickers up for us? This is the highlight of the day, climactic stuff, Coach.
Bull County has a 5.
Bull County's 5, Coach. You have 1, 3. Right here's 5, right?
Yep.
Right there.
Mercer's a 3. Rockcastle's a 1. Southwestern's a 7.
Prove them wrong, Coach. All right, so we're good with that.
2, 4,
No, hold on now. Wait a minute. We're
Two and four, my bad. Yep. 2 and 4.
you got 2 and 4 in there, right? We're good, right? I don't want to mess this up.
So Dan motion. That's 2. That means that Wayne County has the 4. Correct. Okay. All right, 6 and 8. So they would get it, they're second on 6, right?
Good luck, man. Good luck.
West Jessamine, 8. Oh, wait, Southwestern.
Southwestern.
Top of that.
Southwestern, the bottom one goes up 1.
Let's switch those around. And then Somerset will be 6.
Is everybody okay with that? Like I say, it's a done deal now. I will say this, I think I got all the athletic directors' cell phone numbers in my phone. Again, we'll probably make a call Saturday. We'll see what's happening. I mean, I like to play it here. I mean, you do a lot of work to play it here, and then Mother Nature strikes in. But as a good friend just told me a minute ago, I can't control the weather. So we'll do what we can do, and we'll move forward. So anybody got any questions about anything that took place? Everybody's good with what we talked about? My type of people, man. I appreciate you guys for coming in, driving over. You got any questions? My cell phone number's on there. You can call me, talk to me, and ask me anything you want to.
All right, and we'll be back with the post-game show, with the post-interview here with Rock Sports Network and Logan Young from 12 Region Sports Network. Hello, everybody. This is Dalton DeBoard here with the Rock Sports Network, and I'm here with Kyler Gooden and also Logan Young from 12th Region Sports Network. Man, tell us a little bit about the draw here, Logan.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a tough region all year this year. I think you got some teams. We're going to see some real good first-round matchups here. There really wasn't a scenario, I feel like, where we weren't. But there were some pretty exciting matchups. Some teams haven't played each other this year. Some teams that have, but have seen different pitching than what they're probably going to see in this game. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, Somerset Boyle, one that I saw. I think that'll be an interesting matchup.
That'd be a big. They played this year. Boyle won, of course. Grundy didn't pitch for Somerset, so that'll be a little bit of a difference there. But again, this time of year you kind of throw a lot of that out and see what happens because you can't really base baseball on just who won the regular season, right? Yeah. Who threw, what order the lineup was in. There's so many variables with this sport, so anything can happen. It's gonna be a wet region.
Oh yeah,
that'll make a difference.
That's another thing with the weather, with it being at Rockcastle this year. Went up to the field earlier. It ain't. I mean, you can ask. Yeah,
it's rough. I showed him a picture. We got a picture of it. It's rough. It's home plate's covered.
It looks like an ocean out there, and softball field ain't in much good shape either. But we're hoping, I was thinking at the 47th, whenever Rock played Somerset, I was thinking it was going to rain. Then it just quit, and then it was sunny as it could be. It was so sunny they went to a sun delay.
Right. So anything can happen with that. Of course, they have a contingency plan, as I said. If it doesn't, looks like first round may be played at Mercer if they can't play it here. But the goal is, of course, to play here as a host team. You want to, obviously. You've earned that throughout the year. You earned that by winning your district. So, it's either way, I think it's going to be a fun region. It's going to be packed. It's well-balanced this year, honestly. We've seen that throughout the year. We've seen some upsets, so it's been a wild ride, and it's still going.
Oh, yeah, and, this will be the first time Rockville has hosted the region tournament since 2018, and I believe that was Brent Lovell's, our head coach's senior year. That was the last time they won district as well, and man, that was a good team they had. And you got any predictions or anything? We'll go around.
I was going to say, since you brought up Rock, and that's the first game, we'll just carry off that. So your first game, 10 o'clock game, I believe is what time they're playing it. Is it 10:30?
Yes,
my
sir.
bad. 10:30. Rock Danville. So let's just talk about Rock here for a minute. Great year, fantastic year. A lot of people gave me a bunch of crap in the offseason because I told them they were going to be good this year because they didn't graduate anybody. They played a lot of summer ball together. I happened to be riding by Center College one day and saw a game, so I stopped in, and it was them minus about 3 starters, and it made a difference. They worked hard this offseason. They got a great coach, and they've had a phenomenal year.
Yeah, and the thing about Brent too, man, is he's young. He's young, and he's a young guy. He's finally got a team that I think he can do something with, and he's got some pitching depth too, with Sawyer and Phoenix. Other guys like Hunter Pingleton, nobody really ever talks about him. Came out and closed the big game against Southwestern. Once we go down the brackets more, Mercer Wayne, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, Jimmy, just a minute. We're going real quick back to Danville here. I think on that matchup, that's going to be tough for both of those teams.
I think it is too.
Danville's got some solid pitching. They're senior heavy this year. There went my phone. It's kind of different when you got a lot of seniors that don't want it to be their last game. Mm-hmm. They had that little extra chip on their shoulder, whatever you want to say. I think it'd be a good matchup. Danville on the opposite side has a lot of those kids have been in the region before to the region championship. I think that's going to be a great first-round game.
I think it is, too, and I think it's one that I think people are going to sleep on a little bit more, too. And you know how 12th region is, man. You go back to basketball, everything's an upset. It's wild. I think 12th region is one of the greatest. For upsets-wise, best out there.
We never going to get because it's fairly balanced for the most part. And then with both of those teams, they both played a pretty solid schedule this year as well. Yeah. They've both seen some really good pitching. They've pitched against some really good lineups. So, that's a great game to kick off the tournament with.
Oh, yeah. And you got any thoughts on that?
I'd say one thing I love about the 12th region is it's one of those regions where anybody can beat anybody at any time. I think baseball especially, there's any one of these teams here could come out with a win, win the region.
For sure.
Any single one of them. And like you said, they both tough schedules and they're both good teams. And, like you said, just to add it on, it's a great way to start the region tournament off. Let's move on though here. Mercer County and Wayne County.
So yeah, that's another game I'll be looking forward to. It's going to be a great pitchers duel. I'm assuming. I would imagine you'll see Aiden Stevens pitch for Mercer and Palmer Smith pitch for Wayne. Both have had phenomenal years. Both find the strike zone. They have a lot of stuff to throw at people. That's going to be. I may be wrong, but I look at that to be a low-scoring pitchers duel type of game right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mercer has had a big year this year. They came through clutch there and pulled off the 1 seed, beat West, and I think it was 11 innings the other night. They played till dawn, but not really felt like it. I kept checking on Game Changer, but, they've got a great team. Another team with a lot of seniors. I think they've got about 8 or 9 seniors on that team this year. That they've – and you can just kind of feel it. Like, I've been to a few of their games as well. They have a really good relationship. Another thing with young coach. Oh, I think they're talking again over here. Adam Blair, I believe he's talking about the other days they're having to recognize players there. Here we go. Oh, he's talking about the showcases that they're having up there in the summertime for juniors and sophomores.
Yeah.
But we can move along if y'all want, or we can
Yeah, we can keep
listen in on this, whatever y'all want to do.
We got we got Boyle Somerset.
Yeah, which we've kind of already hit on that one, but just add on to
Yeah, I mean,
that one.
those are two coaches, two teams that know each other well. Again, two teams with a lot to play for this year. We know with Somerset, it's Coach Grundy's last year, so they've got that little extra motivation. Boyle has been a top 20, at this point, top 10 team in the state. They've got a lot to prove. They got there last year, made it first round of state, didn't show up so well, and they're looking to get back there to make a statement. So that's going to be a very motivated game. A lot of emotions are going to be on that game, a lot of fight going on. As we know, and it's no secret, Boyle goes very deep in pitching, probably deeper than any team in the region. I imagine we'll see a Grundy-Patterson matchup, which will be awesome.
That'll be first round game of the night there, man.
Yeah, so Cole, arguably the best senior pitcher in the 12th region. And then, of course, we all know Patterson is just a solid pitcher. I think he's going to Troy, if I remember
committed
right.
to Troy.
Troy, right, he's already committed to Troy. But outside of just the pitching there, there's a lot of batting. You got Sizemore, who's going to Center College to play. He stepped up late in the year for them. Boyle, again, in my personal opinion, top to bottom, probably the most consistent lineup throughout the region. But again, with Cole pitching, that you really got to step up with that. But yeah, I'd look for that to be a decent matchup. That's what third game. What time is that game?
Yeah, that game will be at 4:30.
4:30. So it'd be 4:30 on Monday, assuming we stay on schedule all day.
Yeah.
These are all great games, and when you get to this point, you really don't have bad ones, honestly.
No. And I mean, every team in this, the only team that I can think of that I think was a really deserving team that didn't get in was Pulaski.
Yeah, so, and again, I think that's the, in East probably as well.
Yeah, East,
right?
I forgot about East Jessamine.
That's kind of been the story the last few years. That's why you see a lot of teams, like the 7th region, for example, 15th, a lot have gone to super regional now because
I've heard that's been the debate.
Because you got a lot of teams, you might have the same district year to year that's kind of loaded.
Yeah.
And one team doesn't make it every year. But again, there's arguments for both. Keeping it as it is, changing it that. So it is what it is.
Oh, yeah. And next one we got on the bracket here is Southwestern West Jessamine. Southwestern boys and baseball and softball won their district. Got great teams down there. And, cover us a little bit there.
Yeah, sure. So Southwestern, I've said all year, is a team that you shouldn't sleep on. They've got the bats. They took a little bit to kind of get going this year. Michael Miller, to me, one of the more impressive players that doesn't get talked about a lot there at Southwestern. You got Couch, you got Brock. They can make a run. They won the district. Wayne swept them in the regular season. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year. We all know that. But they found a way to win down there and get the 1 seed. You know, Southwestern is always in the region, always in the right. So they're used to this. They were there last year. I think they got beat in the first round, but this isn't their first rodeo being in the region. They know what to do. They know what to expect.
Well, see, with Southwestern, a couple weeks ago came up, played Rock here at home, took Rock to extra innings.
Yeah, I mean,
they're definitely not a team to sleep on, but they do have a hard West Chessman team. Which West Chessman, even though they lost their district, they lost to a good Mercer County team,
right,
barely. So I mean,
and that's another team all year I've said is a team you can't sleep on, right? Because if you looked at their record, especially earlier in the year, you'd say, oh, they're down this year, but they were playing some of the top caliber teams in the state. They went down there and played, what is it, CGI? I can't remember the actual letters. Blake in here, but they went and played some really good teams down there in Florida on spring break. You know, and it wasn't like they were playing these good teams and losing drastic. That they weren't getting run ruled. They were close games. They lost to a player to an injury early in the year, a clutch key player, a pitcher, infielder, and a key player in their lineup. Where their basketball team went deep in the region. Like Caden Floyd, you know, it took him a little bit to get going. He's a lefty for them, but you know, West is one of those teams that always comes on at the right time.
yeah.
You know, we know it every year. I've said it all year. More than likely, they'll be in the hunt when it gets to the region tournament, and here they are.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talk about this Boyle Somerset game. I think this Southwestern West Chessman game has potential to be the game of the first round.
It very well could.
Like when you think of that game of that round, I think that has potential to go any way, anyhow.
Now West has a few options there. I'm not going to pick who they may pitch, but I would assume Southwestern would probably throw Miller in that first round. Right? There's no point in saving people for the next game because if you lose, you go home. You got to get there, right? So the thing about the region is almost every time you're going to see every team's ace versus ace. So even though the draw it's important, right? But you know more than likely at first round game you're going to see the other team's best, and that's why the first round games are always so exciting.
Oh yeah.
And low scoring.
Yeah, and in the semifinals we'll have a game at 6 o'clock and 8:50. So the way it'll work this year, we'll play on Memorial Day on May the 25th. So that'll be
Right.
your first round games. Then Rockcastle County has their graduation on that Tuesday, so they'll be off that whole day. And then Wednesday you'll have the semifinals, then the
Yeah.
championship on the 28th on
Thursday.
on Thursday at I believe 6 o'clock.
See, I didn't know that. This is why
Yeah.
you're doing what you do,
Yeah,
Dalton. I was
and,
not aware of that.
But we will be covering, you know, hopefully if Mercer County's gracious enough to let Rock Sports Network come down and do media coverage, we will be streaming every single game. So, you know, stay tuned for that. And also, if you're wanting to be a sponsor of Rock Sports Network, you know, it isn't cheap to cover these tournaments.
No.
And, you know, me and Mr. McNabb, our athletic director, have been working really hard this week to get some, you know, sponsorships and stuff. So if you're interested in that, reach out to our school, reach out to our athletic director, and, you know, we can get you set up with an ad, and we'll make sure to shout you out in the tournament. But, man, Logan, it's good to have you.
Hey, man, no problem. Listen,
Yes,
I know
sir.
some people at Mercer. I don't think they'll have any issue with that. You know, hey, I appreciate y'all having me down today. This was great. Great facilities. Y'all do a wonderful job with this, with everything else. And even though we're talking baseball, I just want to remind everybody the 12th Region Softball Tournament will be at Boyle County this year. I think they're doing their draw. Actually, I'm not going to lie and say I know, but I will find out today and let you all know at some point. Thank you all.
Yeah, be watching 12th Region. But hold on, before
Oh,
you
yeah,
go,
sure. Yep.
I mean, I
we
got to
doing?
ask you before you
All
get on
right,
12th
let's
Region
do it.
live stream and do it. Predictions, man.
You're going to put me on the spot here.
Rock, because you know you're going to get put on the spot by Dad on the
Oh,
live stream.
goodness.
So, Rock Danville.
It's not your dad I'm worried about. It's all these fans on Monday.
You don't have to answer, but I got to ask.
No, I'll go with them.
So,
I'll
Rock
tell you what I'll
Danville.
do. I'll say what they both have to do to win here, and what I think. I think Rock has a lot of momentum going right now. I think they just believe pretty well. You know, Danville, they've got some pitching. They've got a lot of good bats. You know, they only graduated one kid off the team last year. That's a tough one for me, but I think, especially if they host it here, I think Rock has a little bit of an edge in that one.
All right, that game, if you didn't hear, is played at 10:30 a.m. on May 25th.
Yeah,
Yep.
Memorial Day.
All right. Second game, 1:30, Mercer County, Wayne County.
Again, I think that's a tough one to pick because you got two incredible pitchers, like great pitchers going head to head. I think Mercer maybe goes a little bit deeper in the lineup, And again, if it does end up going to Mercer Monday, it's turf. They're used to turf. They play on it all the time. It makes a difference. You know, it really does. You know, and Mercer's a hot team right now.
All right, Bull County, Somerset, 4:30.
This might get us in some trouble, man.
This one always gets me in trouble. So, you know, I think Somerset, you know, they lost some key players in the offseason. They've had some bumps in the road this year, but they have showed up here late, right? They fought cold, but I think Boyle just is going to be the team to beat this year. And again, I think that they may feel a little pressure because they have been ranked up all year, but they've also earned it. I watched them play the other night. It was like a home run derby, but it was at Danville too, which is like the smallest field in the region without any question. But I think Boyle takes that.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, Somerset, I mean, people say this all year. Somerset is always a playoff team. So, like you said, it will be a very close game. But I agree. I think Boyle comes out with it.
But I think, but listen, though, but I mean, that could go either way because when Cole's pitching, anything can happen.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that this is Coach Philgrundy's last year.
Correct. This
yes,
is
so, I
final
mean,
season.
there's going to be a little bit of a spark there. So, I think,
of course. Well, yeah. Well, and we always say in sports, like when you're playing for something bigger than yourself, you sometimes get a little bit of an edge, and Somerset definitely is in this case.
Yeah. And then Southwestern, West Jessamine, what do you think?
Again, I think Miller throwing will make it tough on West, but I think with the teams that West has played this year, and I think they've really found themselves of late, I think it'll be a good game, but I think West has a little bit of an edge. However, like I said earlier, Southwestern has the potential to win this game if they can dig deep and find it.
Oh, yeah.
But I would take, if I had to put money on it right now, I'd say West. But we don't bet on high school sports.
All right. And then one last question for you before we sign off here.
Yep.
Who is your pick for the 12th Region Tournament Champion?
I don't know that I have one yet. I got to get to the first round before I can make that decision.
All right, so we'll get
But
to
if
the
I had to
first round.
blindly pick today, honestly, I don't know. Now, I will say this, and I've said it all year. Like in basketball, you got to win 3 games, right? But it's the same 7 or 8 players every game playing. In baseball, pitching is so crucial, right? Like everybody's got an ace that can throw that first day. The teams that can go deeper in their bullpen are the teams that are the most dangerous in this tournament, and I think this year Boyle hands down goes deeper in the bullpen than anybody. So I'll just say that much.
Yeah, and also really quick before we go off here, we got the 12th Region softball bracket.
Oh,
Thank
see,
you to Colin Hamilton in the booth.
Yeah,
We got West Jessamine and Wayne County playing first day at 11 a.m., and then you got Pulaski Danville,
okay,
Southwestern Mercer County,
okay.
Boyle Casey.
That last game will be interesting.
Man, I tell you what,
Especially.
watching Rock and Casey go at it in the first round, Sidney Holcomb had, I believe, 120-something pitches in that game. Only 1 run scored the whole game.
Let me say that one more time. If you can pull it back up.
Yeah,
Sorry.
of course.
Yeah, no. Now I don't want to talk about just one game, not cover the rest of it. So let's go through this real quick. West and Wayne. You know, West has just had a great year. I mean, they hit the ball like crazy.
Oh yeah.
You know, let's see. I'm not gonna lie. I've not seen Wayne play. And it's nothing against them. I've just gotten really busy this spring outside of the sports stuff.
You got Barstool Wayne on their cover.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Usually Barstool keeps us updated.
Wayne County played here, didn't they? Softball, didn't they play? They played us.
They did, I believe so. Yeah.
But
I think the only team on that bracket that we haven't seen in the regular season was Southwestern, and I believe we didn't play Danville. I might be wrong. I don't think so.
So the PC Danville game, what Danville's done this year is phenomenal. From what they were last year, not even finishing the season to, making the region this year, getting some big time wins. I mean, they're pretty much a middle school team with a few high school kids thrown on it, and they've really stepped up. If teams are going to beat them, they should get their licks in now. But I think if Brooklyn's pitching, it's going to be tough for Danville to pull that one off. Southwestern Mercer, I did see them in the regular season. At that point, it was early, like second week. Southwestern was still figuring some things out. Mercer got the win there. I've seen Mercer play. They are tough. Southwestern is tough. Excuse me. That might be the best game of the first round, honestly. And then Boyle Casey, listen, Casey's had a phenomenal year. It's been fun to watch.
That pitcher that they got, what's her
Harmony
name?
Meese.
Yeah,
she's tough.
she's insane.
Yeah,
man.
and then Boyle's always dangerous this time of year. You know, Coach Deem knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's been here before. He knows what to do. He knows how to motivate his players this time of year. They play a really solid schedule as well, and they're the host team. So,
Yeah. Well, is there any other thoughts or anything that you'd like to give before we sign off here?
just, you know, I know it's Memorial Day. I know everybody's got plans. If you got a few extra hours there and you're not doing anything, come check these kids out, show them some support.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a great tournament. Kyler, you got anything you want to add?
Hopefully, if you can't make it out, hopefully
Oh,
you
yeah.
can tune into
Yeah.
Rockcastle County Schools.
Always, Rock Sports Network is always open, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't make it, but by all means, if you can, come out and watch these kids, man. Trust me, as a player, it means a lot when fans are in the stands.
That's right.
It means a lot to the players. So if you can make it out, and that's all I
And
got.
hey, fellas, thank y'all for having me down today,
Yeah,
man. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for coming
Yep.
on.
Well, everybody's Dalton DeBoard here with 12th Region Sports Network and Rock Sports Network signing off. Thank you all for tuning in. Y'all have a good one.